I give us a year, nobody's gonna be able to afford anything. $50. No joke, dude. We wanted roast for Memorial Day, so I got a roast, 1 onion, 2 cans of potatoes, 2 cans of carrots, and 1 can of corn. $47.
Inflation was at 3.8% in April 2026. That was CPI. It was at 6% PPI. Economists are expecting 10% inflation by the end of September. It has gone up almost 50% in the last 90 days. How much more can Americans take? We have increased layoffs, increased home foreclosures, increased student loan delinquencies, increased credit card debt. We are bursting at the seams right now, and we are on like dang. That is $1 billion to $2 billion per day. We are $39 trillion in debt. We're spending $5 billion every day since October, $2 billion in interest. The economy in the U.S. is at its max limit, and I am predicting we are going to see something like the Great Depression. Please do not spend money. Do the best that you can to budget and get your finances in order.
What's up, America? Walmart admits that the average person can no longer afford budget groceries. Yes, this is stunning news coming from Walmart, as Walmart has told its shareholders that the average person in America is now finding it hard to pay for budget groceries, let alone regular name brand groceries, but the average person can now no longer afford Walmart or Kroger brand groceries. Now, these types of groceries, the Great Value, the Kroger brand, they've been a staple for people who are on a budget. But the budget grocery items like Great Value brands price has gone up so much, they're basically the same as name brands about a year ago. And the name brands keep raising their prices as well. So basically, even at Walmart, your choice is expensive and super fucking expensive. This led Walmart to say that the average person can no longer afford groceries, and so shareholders started selling their stock, not worrying about prices or anything like that, just fuck you, and we're going to find something that costs more for you, the consumer. So even though Walmart has an increasing profit and more sales, people cannot afford what they're buying, even on the budget end. And apparently there's an end of this. And that's when the average person simply runs out of money, which according to Walmart could be as early as this winter. And if that happens, then people will start living on what's called caloric restrictions, meaning they don't have enough food to fill their stomachs. And they'll start being restricted on calories they need to survive. Because remember, once you can't afford the budget brands, there's no other food. And so, frankly speaking, it's starting to get very desperate here in America.
I just got done grocery shopping, and I'm telling you, things are becoming so dystopian, and like things are changing. My husband and I are going to retire in a very rural part of Michigan. So we come up here to our little cabin a lot, and it's 70% went to Donald Trump. And the city itself is in the bottom 10%. Well, I should say top 10% for poverty. Anyway, it just felt so different. Everybody, I mean, the store was packed and everybody was moving so slow because like everybody was studying everything in shock. First, Myers, like so many grocery stores, was bombarding you with sale. And, you know, you stop getting excited about it because when you look at it, yeah, you can buy 2 bags of cheese and get a third one free, but it still comes out to almost $5 for 2 cups of cheese. I mean, I bought 1 tomato for $2.50, a tomato. And it was like that everywhere. A loaf of bread now, if you wanted organic, was you couldn't find one for less than $5, but it had sale all over it. And I felt like, because I've grocery shopped here before, people who voted for Donald Trump, and they wear it proudly here, would walk around happy and cocky, right? Like winners. We're winners, as Donald Trump says. Nope. This price gouging, this economy is the great equalizer, because we were all now in the same boat. And there was a lot of like sharing comments to each other, a lot of commentary between strangers, including with me. And then I noticed some Trump supporters, again, wearing their, like, you could tell from the tattoos and everything, they were so unhappy. Like that cockiness and happiness, they were so unhappy. And then checking out, the workers there just were busy going from cash register to cash register, because everybody would be like, this is supposed to be on sale for this much, and it's coming up this much. And then they'd all have to explain all the fine print. And so it wasn't the deal they thought it was. And, well, I can't take this now. Like, they were constantly having to take products from customers who couldn't afford it. Like, this is bad. This is really bad. Let's see where this goes.
I don't know if people around the world know this, but many Americans cannot afford to live. Like, cannot even afford some of the basics that the rest of you don't have to worry about. Americans can't afford their gas, can't afford their groceries, can't afford their health care, let alone anything enjoyable, doing an activity on the weekend, going someplace. Everything is outrageously expensive. Even fast food. You tried to feed a family of 4 at McDonald's, you might be spending $40 and $50. Everything is inflated right now. Remember when he ran on this campaign of lowering grocery prices, lowering the price of gas? Why is gas in the US well over $5 a gallon in so many areas? $5 a gallon. Why is the price of eggs $7, $8, and $9 a dozen? How is that lowering prices? How is anybody who voted for him still defending him? It's not just people on the left not being able to afford their lives. It's the MAGA Republicans too, but this is what you voted for. And I know so many of them are upset. We warned them. We warned them constantly. And here we all are.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about something many Americans have been talking about for the last month, and that is the grocery price. Many people are saying that food is become so expensive. Every week we see video on TikTok and social media where people show their grocery bills and explain how hard life is becoming. 1 month ago, many families were already worried about money, but now many people say the situation is getting worse. People are posting video the grocery stores. They showed simple items like eggs, bread, milk, meat, fruits and vegetables. Many of them say the same things. Every cost more. Some people say they used to spend $100 for groceries, and now they spend $130 or even $150 for almost the same things. Others says they are buying less food than before because they cannot afford everything they need. And it is not only food. Many Americans are also paying more of rent, interest, gas and other bills. Become for that, grocery shopping has become more stressful and many families. Now let's be fair. Not everyone agree on why this happening. Some people blaming government politics, some people blame agri companions, others says inflation and global problems are still affecting price. But no matter how people blame, one thing is clear: many Americans feels pressure when they go shopping. Over the last month, I have seen many videos from working people, parents, and renters. They are asking the same questions: why it is become harder to afford basic things. Some people say they are using credit cards to buy food. Others says they are cutting back on eating out. Some families are even changing why they buy because certain products have become too expensive. For many people, this is not about luxury, this is about basic need: food, housing, transportation. There are things every needs, and when prices keep going up, people become trusted. That is why this topic is getting so much attention online. My opinion is simple: when ordinary people are worried about grocery, leaders should listen. Whenever someone support Republicans or Democrats, most people want to something. They want affordable food, they want stable price, and they want to better future for their families. At the end of the day, groceries price affect everyone. Rich people may not notice it much, but working families notice this every single week. That is why so many Americans are talking about this issue right now. But what do you think? Are grocery prices still too high where you live? Let me know in these comments below. If enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, subscribe. I will see you next video. Thank you so much for the watching.